Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to play another game from the Red Sox 1977 replay. And this is going to be game number 13. And they're in a 3-game series with the Toronto Blue Jays. Today they're going to be playing a doubleheader against the Jays. And the Red Sox won the opener on Sunday, April 24th. And this will be Sunday, April 25th. It'll be a twilight doubleheader with this game starting at 4:28 p.m. And this is a makeup game from Friday, the 22nd of April, which got rained out. So in this first game, it's going to be Louis Tiant going for the Red Sox against, let's see, oops, I get the wrong game here. I get the second game here. Are you with me? Yeah, so Louis Tiant of the Red Sox going up against Jerry Garvin. So, all right, so that's your, and these are the standings as of today. 2 other games were played already, I think, by Baltimore, New York, and I can't think of the other game. But anyway, there were 2 other games that were played today, which we'll find out soon. So the Red Sox find themselves a game and a half behind Baltimore, tied with the Yankees, who are 9-7, Red Sox 7-5, Baltimore 9-4. So they'll be facing the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are now 4-11 after yesterday's loss. So it's New York at Baltimore and Oakland at California. Those are the games. All right, so here's the first game here. Yep, so Lou Tiant against Jerry Garvin. So let's get this game underway.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
Alrighty. So the actual game, the Red Sox lost 4-3, so a chance for them to pick up another game in the win column. Off the game ahead, they're already 2 games ahead of their win total now. They can gain a 3rd game if they can pull this one out. Again, they lost 4-3. So Jerry Garvin on the hill for the Blue Jays. He was 10-18 in the actual season with a 4.19 earned average, 245 innings pitched, 247 hits allowed, 85 walks, and 107 strikeouts, and he surrendered 33 long balls. In the replay, he's 1-2 with a 9.19 earned average, 16 innings pitched, 26 hits allowed, allowing 3 walks, 12 strikeouts, and has already surrendered 6 home runs in those 16 innings. So the Red Sox lineup, just one change. They'll lead it off with Rick Burleson, the shortstop. Steve Dillard gets a start at second, and Danny Doyle getting game 1 off anyway. He'll probably be back for game 2. Jim Rice is the DH batting third. George Scott, the first baseman, hits cleanup. Kyle Yastrzemski has been slumping a little bit. Will be moved down to the 5 position, batting 5th. And Carlton Fisk behind the plate hits 6th, followed by Dwight Evans in right, Hobson at 3rd, and Rick Miller in center. So that's the Red Sox lineup against Garvin. The defense behind him is going to be Woods in left today. Baylor in center, Velez in right. The infield, left to right, is McKay, Mason, Garcia, and Alt at first, with Roof getting the start behind the plate. And that is Phil Roof. So Garvin on the hill has a very good range, or the one range. A whole rating of -6. Alright, so Rick Burleson gets the leadoff at bat here in this game. He's hitting .241 with 2 runs batted in, 54 at bats. Here's the windup and the pitch to Burleson. And that's going to be a ground ball. Out number 1. So 1 up and 1 down. I'm going to lower the volume here a little bit. On my end, anyway. Alrighty. So Steve Dillard up to the plate now. Steve Dillard with 5 at-bats on the season. Still looking for his first hit. So Garvin looks in for the sign. Dillard ready to grip and rip. And he's going to get underneath this one. There'll be a pop-up to short. And Mason will make the catch for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the Red Sox first. Jim Rice, who's been on somewhat of a tear lately, is hitting .320 with 5 homers, 13 runs batted, and 50 at-bats, 4 doubles, and 2 triples. So lots of extra base hits for Jim and Rice. Garvin looks in for the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch. Excuse me, that's going to be off the 5 column. And Rice will strike out swinging for out number 3. So the Red Sox go in order in the first. El Tiante on the hill for the Red Sox. Tiant comes in with a 1-1 record on the replay with a 5.27 earned run average. 14 innings pitched, 19 hits allowed. 6 walks and only 5 strikeouts with a home run allowed. The actual season he was 12-8 with a 4.53 earned run average. So the defense lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays is going to be Bob Baylor, the center fielder, will lead it off, followed by Jim Mason at short. Al Woods is the left fielder hitting third. Ron Philly, the DH, will bat cleanup. Otto Velez, who homered in yesterday's game, I believe Ron Philly did also, will bat fifth and play right field. Doug Alt, the first baseman, hits sixth. Dave McKay at third bats seventh. Pedro Garcia, second baseman, hits eighth, and Phil Roof behind the plate hitting ninth. So corner Hobson and Scott in on the grass. Barrow leads it off. Baylor hitting .351 with 3 runs batted and 37 at bats. It has 3 doubles and a triple. And he's going to get one in the wheelhouse here. And that's going to be a base hit. Stremski gets it back in quickly, holding Baylor to a single. So Baylor with some speed will be held on by Scott. Again, Scott and Hobson. Actually, he's not going to be held on by Hobson. The corners are going to be in on the grass. Mason up to the plate now. He's hitting .237 with 5 runs batted in. He has 5 doubles already on the season. And Baylor can't seem to get a good lead, despite not being held on. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a bunt. Fountain Fish charges, picks up the bunt, fires to first. And Baylor will reach second on the successful sacrifice by Mason. So running in scoring position with 1 down for Al Woods. Woods comes in hitting .222 with 2 RBIs and 27 at-bats. Baylor gets his lead. Tiant looks in for the sign, nods his head, looks to the sky. Winds up and delivers. 3 column. And that's going to be a ground ball to Scott. This will get the runner over to third, but now with 2 outs. So Baylor now at third. Ron Fairley with a chance to put the Blue Jays on the board. He hit his first home run of the season yesterday. He averaged up to 357 with a homer and 4 runs batted in 28 at-bats. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's off the 6th column. And Fairley's going to get a hold of one. That's going to go over the Miller's head to the wall. Fairley rounding second. He'll make it to third with an RBI triple. So the Blue Jays on the board first. Brings up Otto Velez, who homered in yesterday's game, his 4th of the season. He's hitting .323 with 9 runs batted in addition to those 4 home runs in 31 at-bats. Fairley gets his lead. Tiant looks for the sign. Nods his head, kicks and delivers, and that's going to be ball 4. So it'll put runners at the corners with 2 down, 1 run already in. Alt to the plate now. The first baseman comes in hitting just 175 and 57 at-bats with a homer and 3 runs batted in. Here's the pitch by Tiant. 6th column. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. Miller's there. Tracks it down and makes the catch. Got under it just a little bit. So that'll be it for the Blue Jays as they do get a run on the RBI triple by Ron Fairley. So Garvin back up with a 1-run lead now as we head to the top of the 2nd. It'll be Scott, Yastrzemski, and Fisk up against Garvin, the lefty. So Scott comes in hitting .396 on the season, 3 homers, 9 runs batted in. He has 3 doubles and a triple in 48 at-bats. So here's the windup in the pitch by Garvin, 2 column. And that's going to be a flat liner. And it looks like it's going to be caught by the shortstop Mason on the outfield grass. 1 down. So Baltimore and New York are scoreless. California is shutting out Oakland 5-0. Only 2 other games in the American League today. So that'll bring up Carl Yastrzemski. Like we said before, Yastrzemski has been struggling mightily on the season, hitting just 146 with a homer and 5 runs batted in 48 at-bats. So lefty on lefty here with 1 down. Garvin looks in for the sign. Here's a delivery. And that's going to be a range check on Baylor. He's got a 2 range. And that'll drop in there. Yastrzemski needs any break he can get. And the Red Sox have a base runner at first with 1 down. So a runner on first. Yastrzemski being held on by Alt. Fisk up to the plate now. Fisk comes in hitting .390 with a homer and 6 runs batted in. Yastrzemski gets his lead. He has the pitch by Garvin. 2 column. And that's going to be a walk. So that'll move Yastrzemski in the scoring position. Tying run is in scoring position. So first and second. 1 down for Dwight Evans. Dwight Evans hitting .333, 5 homers, 13 runs batted in, showing a lot of pop in just 45 at-bats. So 1 home run every 9 at-bats. So off the 5 column. And that's going to be a called 3rd strike. Evans didn't like it, but he goes back to the bench. And I'll bring up Butch Hobson. Hobson hitting .234, 4 homers, 13 runs batted in 47 at-bats. Yastrzemski and Fisk get their leads. 1 column. And strikes out swinging. So the Red Sox fail to score, despite getting a runner in scoring position, as the last 2 batters strike out. So after 1.5, it remains Toronto 1, Boston 0. So bottom third of the order against El Tiante, McKay, Garcia, and Roof. McKay comes in hitting .240 with 8 runs batted in 50 at-bats. Pitch by Tiant. And that's going to be a called 3rd strike as McKay goes down on strikes. So Tiant's first strikeout of the day. That'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Pedro Garcia. Garcia hitting just .203 and 59 at-bats with an RBI. Has 4 doubles. And that's going to be off the 2 column. And that one's going to go into the corner. Yastrzemski digs it out quickly and is able to hold Garcia to a long single. A nice play by Yastrzemski in left. While he's been struggling at the plate, his defense is still on par. So 1 out and 1 on. Garcia being held on by Scott. That brings up the number 9 hitter, Phil Roof, getting a start today. He's only had 1 at-bat on the season. Only had 5 in the actual season. And did not get a hit. So we'll see what happens here. So it's likely to be Roof's only game of the year. So Tiant looks in for the sign, looks at the runner. Here's the kick and delivery. And Roof's card is as bad as you can get. Look at all those strikeouts. But luckily for him, it's on Tiant's card, and that's the 6th column. That's a range check on Burleson. Gets to it. Oops, I hit it too far. Let's see what happens. 2nd for 1, back to first. Not in time, so Roof will beat it out. So Roof reaches on the fielder's choice. They do get the lead runner, though. So 2 down now for Bob Baylor. He's a 1 for 1 with a run scored. Roof gets a lead. Tiant looks in for the sign. Just the windup and the pitch to Baylor. And Baylor's going to be hit by a pitch. That one got away from Tiant, so that'll put runners on 1st and 2nd with 2 down. So Mason up to the plate now. Mason sacrificed his first time up. And that's off the 6th column. That's a sharp line to first. Scott makes the catch mostly out of defense there. And that'll do it for the Blue Jays in the 2nd. So after 2 full, it remains Toronto by 1. So once again, the corners for Toronto are going to play in on the grass against Rick Miller. Miller hitting .226, 4 runs batted, and 31 at-bats. Garvin looks in for the sign, lefty on lefty. And it's like Miller is going to be hit. Yep, so Miller gets hit, so both teams with a hit batsman. See if the Red Sox can capitalize. Corners are still going to play in for Burleson, who may square around to bunt here. Let's see here. Do we want Burleson to bunt? No, I think we're going to hit away. So Miller being held on at first. Corners are going to play in. Miller's going to hit away. Burleson's going to hit away, though. 5 column. And it's going to be a fly ball to right. Velez with a 4 range. That's going to drop in there. Miller rounds 2nd. And Miller will make his way to 3rd. So Burleson, who is hitting away, gets a base hit. So runners at the corners with nobody out. Steve Dillard up to the plate now, 0 for 1 on the day. Do we want Dillard to... How is Dillard as a bunter? He's a C bunter. Not the greatest. Hit and run. C also. Yeah, we're just going to hit away then. So runners at the corners. Garvin looks in for the sign from Roof. Here's the windup and the pitch. And this one's going to get in Dillard's wheelhouse. And that's going to be a base hit past the dive vault. Burleson will trot home. And it looks like we got a... Oh, no, never mind. Dillard just traded places, and I didn't see any flashing on the screen, just different names at the bases. So Burleson will make his way to 3rd. So Dillard has himself an RBI, and the Red Sox tie the game at 1. So still nobody out with runners at the corners. Rice up to the plate. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's going to go off the 2 column. That's Rice's wheelhouse. And Rice is going to hit one back up the middle. That'll score Burleson. Who is that third? Dillard? We're going to hold them. Nobody out. So Dillard rounds second, but decides to hold as the throw comes in. So Yost holds him up. So another run in. The Red Sox take a 2-1 lead. So Scott up to the plate now with runners on first and second. Still nobody out. Here's the pitch by Garvin. 3 column, and that's going to be a walk. So good eye by the boomer. And that will load the bases with nobody out. So Yastrzemski with an opportunity here. He singled his first time up. If he can get a hit here, that would help his confidence a lot. So Garvin looks in for the sign. Lefty on lefty here. The captain gets ready to grip and rip. And Yastrzemski gets one he can handle. And that's a deep fly ball over the head of Baylor. That's going to be a wall scraper. At least 2 runs will score. They're going to hold Scott at third. And so Yastrzemski gets off the schneid a little bit. Gets himself a 2-run double. And puts the Red Sox on top now 4-1. So still nobody out with runners on second and third for Fisk, who walked his first time up. See if the Red Sox can add to their lead here. It's off the 5 column. And Fisk is going to get underneath this one. McKay will call for it. And he'll make the catch as the runners hold. So 1 down now for Evans, 0 for 1. Here's the windup in the pitch. Another one off the 5 column. And Evans tags this one. Almost the same place Yastrzemski hits it. A little bit to the left of where Yastrzemski hit it. That one will go off the wall. That'll score 2 runs, and Evans has himself a 2-run double. So the Red Sox pouring on here in the third. Now have a 6-run lead, 6-1. So Garvin back on the hill. Still only 1 out. Hobson up to the plate now. Hobson 0 for 1 on the day. And it looks like they're going to remove Garvin there. Garvin's day is done. Short outing for him. Just 2 1/3 innings. He's responsible for Evans at second. He's allowed 6 runs. And Hobson will face Vukovic. So the veteran Vukovic, who pitched in yesterday's game, comes in with a 1.54 earned run average. No record so far. No saves. He's pitched 12 innings, allowing 9 hits, 5 walks, and 12 strikeouts, and has allowed 2 homers. So Vukovic looks into the sign. Hobson in the box. And Hobson will draw the walk. So to bring up Rick Miller. Miller get hit by a pitch his first time up. Starting this all. So here's the windup and the pitch to Miller. Miller gets one he can handle. It's going to be a fly ball to right. Velez is backing up, makes the catch. Evans is going to try to advance to third. Might as well. I get an 85% chance. Only out is a 20. And it's a 13, so Evans will tag up and go to third now. So he can score on a pass ball or a wild pitch. So Burleson 1 for 2 with a run scored. Red Sox now lead 6-1. And that's going to be off the 3 column. And that'll be a ground ball to his counterpart. Mason has it over to first. And the inning is finally over for Blue Jays fans. Mercifully over. But the Red Sox put up a crooked number, a 6 spot, and now lead at 6-1 after 2.5. So Tiant now with a comfortable 5-run lead. He'll face Woods, Fraley, and Velez. Woods 0 for 1 on the day. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the box. Tiant up with it. Throws over to Scott. For out. And Scott will tag Woods with his glove going by as the throw took him off. But out nonetheless. So 1 down now in the Toronto third. They'll bring up Ron Fraley. Fairley, who has an RBI triple. Off the 4 column. And that'll be a base hit. Up the middle, just... That goes to the wall. Miller's able to get to it quickly, though, and Fairley is held at first with a long single. So Fairley being held on by Scott. Brings up Otto Velez. He walked his first time up. One out and one on. And this could be 2. That's going to be a ground ball to Burleson. Burleson flips the Dillard for 1. Back to first. Twin killing. And that'll empty the bases. Actually, that will end the inning, sorry. So after 3 full, it's Red Sox 6 and Toronto 1. So Dillard 1 for 2 on the day. Vukovic in for his second inning of work. That'll be a fly ball to center. Baylor calls for it, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the 4th. So Rice 1 for 2 with an RBI. His first at bat against Vukovic, and that's going to be a wheelhouse. And Rice is going to have himself his, I believe, his second double of the day. So a 1-out double for Jim Rice. So Scott 0 for 1 with a run scored up to the plate now. It's going to be off the 3 column. And that's going to be a strikeout swinging. So 2 down in the Red Sox 4th. Brings up Yastrzemski, who's starting to show signs of coming out of his slump. He's 2 for 2 with a double. 2 runs batted in. Another RBI opportunity here for Yastrzemski. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be a range check on Mason. Mason's a 4 range. And that's going to be a base hit for Yastrzemski as it gets past Mason. And that will score the run. So another RBI for the captain. 3 for 3 on the day. It's now a hit. Now Red Sox lead is 6, 7-1. So alright. So 2 down now with Yastrzemski at first. Alt will play behind Yastrzemski. Fisk for 1 with a walk. 1 column. And that'll be a called 3rd strike for Vukovic. But the Red Sox add a run, and it's now 7-1 after 3.5. So Tiant back on the hill. He's got 54 pitches through 3 innings. He'll face Alt to lead it off. Alt 0 for 1 on the day. 6 column. And Alt's going to get a hold of one here. That one's going to split the outfielders. Go all the way to the wall. Just beyond the reach of Miller. So Alt with a leadoff double will get the Blue Jays' 4th inning started. So McKay 0 for 1 on the day. Hits a ground ball to Dillard at short. Over to Scott as Alt moves to 3rd with 1 down. So Garcia 1 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch by Tiant. This will probably get the run in. Burleson with it. Over to first as Alt comes in. He was off on contact. So the Red Sox trading out for a run. And it's 7-2 now in the 4th. That brings up Phil Roof. And Roof is going to go down swinging for this for out number 3. So the Blue Jays get one back, and it's now a 5-run Boston lead, 7-2 as we head to the 5th. So Evans, bottom third of the order, Evans, Hobson, and Miller against Vukovic. Evans 1 for 2 with a double. And it'll be a strikeout swinging, so 1 down in the Red Sox 5th inning. So Hobson 0 for 1 with a walk. So back-to-back Ks to begin this 5th for Vukovic. I mean, Rick Miller 0 for 1 with a run scored. He was hit by a pitch and came around to score. He has lined up in the pitch, and that's going to be a fly ball to his counterpart in center. Baylor on the run. Comes on fast, dives, and makes a great diving catch. So Baylor robs Miller of extra bases there. The Red Sox will go fairly quietly in the 5th. So halfway through, it's a 7-2 Boston lead. So Hobson and Scott will play in on the grass against Baylor, 1 for 1 with a run scored. And it's going to be a ground ball to Dillard. It's a range check. Dillard with a 4 range. He's able to get to it, but looks like he's going to boot it, and Baylor will reach. He bobbles it and can't make a throw. So Baylor's on the air, on the error by Dillard. That'll bring up Mason 0 for 1 on the day. 4 column. And that's going to be a base hit to left. Strzemski gets it back and quickly holding Baylor at second. So Blue Jays have something going here in the home half of the 5th. First and second, nobody out. Fisk goes up to talk to Tiant, goes back behind the plate. Woods up to the plate now, 0 for 2. And that's going to be a fly ball. Looks like a shallow fly ball. Dillard backpedals and makes the catch. So 1 down now with the runners hold at first and second. Fairley, who's had a good day today, 2 for 2 with an RBI triple. And that's going to be off his wheelhouse column, the 2 column. And he'll draw the walk. That'll load the bases for Otto Velez. Velez with 4 home runs on the season already. 0 for 1 with a walk. Tiant looks in for the sign, looks at the runners. Here's a delivery. This could be 2. That's going to be a ground ball to Burleson at short. Over to Dillard for 1. Back to first. Double play. And Tiant gets out of the bases loaded jam with no damage. So Tiant looks up to the heavens. Thanks God. And goes back to the dugout. So 7-2 through 5. Red Sox will send the top of the order. Burleson, Dillard, and Rice against Vukovic back out for another inning of work. And he's going to foul out Taruf for out number 1. So Dillard 1 for 3 with an RBI. Getting a rare start. 3 column. And a not so rare strikeout. Number 5 for Vukovic on the day. So he's done well in relief. So Jim Rice 2 for 3 with a, I believe with a, well, he says only 1 double there. So I guess it's only 1 double. Thought it was 2, but I guess it's only 1. And he'll add a strikeout to his repertoire today. So that'll be it for the Red Sox as they go quietly in the top of the 6th. So after 5.5, it's 7-2 Boston. So Tiant back out there again. He's up to 90 pitches. This may be his last inning. Alt will lead it off. Alt 1 for 2 with a double. It's going to be off the 5 column. And it's going to be a called 3rd strike. So just the 3rd strikeout for Tiant today. McKay 0 for 2 up to the plate now. 4 column. And that's going to be a base hit past Scott. Evans gets it back quickly. So 1 on and 1 out. Garcia up to the plate now, 1 for 2 with an RBI. And I'll get under this one a little bit. To right field, Evans is there. And makes the catch for out number 2 as McKay heads back to first. So California all over Oakland now 11-0. Baltimore and New York still scoreless in that Memorial Stadium. Alright, so McKay still at first with 2 down now. Roof 0 for 2 on the day. Make that 0 for 3 as he'll strike out swinging. And that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on base in the Toronto 6th. So we head to the 7th with the Red Sox with a comfortable 5-run lead against the expansion Blue Jays. So Scott 0 for 2 on the day with a run scored. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Mason's up with it. Over to first. 1 down in the Red Sox 7th. Vukovic out for another inning of work. He is a starter, so he is pretty much a workhorse out of the pen. So Yastrzemski having an awesome day, 3 for 3, breaking out of his slump. Average up to just below 200 now at 196, with a double and 3 runs scored at 3 RBIs. So Vukovic looks in for the sign for Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski has a chance here. It's off the 4 column. And Yastrzemski is going to get a hold on here. Another base hit. So Yastrzemski coming out in grand style now, 4 for 4 on the day. So 1 out base runner for the Red Sox. It'll bring up Fisk, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. And Fisk is going to get hit by a pitch here. So the second Red Sox hit batsman will move Yastrzemski in the scoring position. So first and second, 1 down. Evans 1 for 3 with a double. 4 column. And it's going to be a walk. So Vukovic showing some signs of wear here as the Red Sox load the bases with 1 down. Let's see if they stick with him as Hobson comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. And that's going to, they're going to leave him in to face Hobson. 6 column. And Hobson will go down on strikes. Hobson trying to hit a grand slam there. Goes down on strikes. So to bring up the number 9 hitter, Rick Miller, 0 for 2 with a run scored. And that's going to be a wild pitch. That will score a run. Yastrzemski will come across as the runners move up. So it's 8-2 lead now. Let's see what they do with Miller here. So here's the pitch to Miller. And Miller's going to get himself an RBI, at least 1. Looks like 2. So Miller with a 2-run single. And the Red Sox now in double digits, lead 10-2. So the Red Sox pouring it on with 3 runs here in the top of the 7th. Now take a commanding 10-2 lead. So Burleson 1 for 4, the run scored. It looks like that's probably going to be it for Vukovic. And Hartenstein comes out and he'll pull him. So that'll bring up, sorry, not Hartenstein. Hartenstein will come in. So Hartenstein on the season does not have no wins and losses or saves, but has a .476 earned average in 11 innings pitched, has allowed 17 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, with 2 home runs allowed on the actual season. He was 0-2 with a 6.59 earned average. So Hammerstein in mop-up duty here against Burleson, who's 1 for 4, the run scored. And that's going to be a base hit just beyond the reach of Alt. As Miller moves to third, so runners at the corners. 3 runs already in. Dillard 1 for 4 with an RBI. 6 column. And the hit parade continues as Dillard delivers with a base hit to right. That will score a run and Burleson will move to third. So 11-2 now on the RBI single by Dillard. Rice 2 for 4 with a double. And it's going to be a fly ball. 2 left. Woods comes in and makes the catch to retire the side. But the Red Sox put up a 4 spot. And it's 11-2 now. 7th inning stretch time here in Exhibition Stadium in Toronto. Let's take a look at the trivia question. What is J.C. Miejas' given birth name? What is J.C. Miejas' given birth name? I don't know. He's probably somebody pretty popular in that. I just don't recognize that. So let's see what his given birth name is. Juan Carlos Romero. Okay. Alrighty, so Toronto comes up from the bottom of the 7th, now down by 9. Tiant's back in there. This is likely his last inning of work. There is action in the Red Sox pen as Bill Campbell starts loosening up. So corners are in. Baylor 1 for 2 with a run scored. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. Miller's there and makes the catch for the first out of the 7th. So Mason up to the plate now. He's 1 for 2 on the day. That's going to be a ground ball to Dillard. Range check on Dillard. Gets to it. Ooh, he's going to commit his 2nd error of the day. Drops it. So Miller, shaky in the field today. Perhaps not being an everyday player. He's a little rusty. So Mason at first. Scott will play behind him. Woods 0 for 3 on the plate. At the plate. Here's the windup and the pitch. And this could be 2. It's going to go to Scott. Over to Dillard for 1. Back to first. Sorry, to Burleson for 1. Over to first. And they turn the 3-6-3 double play. So crowd of only 13,544 at Exhibition Stadium today. As the weather has not been good. Although today it's average. Okay. So Scott to the plate now. He's 0 for 3 with a run scored. He'll lead it off for the Red Sox here in the 8th. Here's the pitch. Hartenstein back on the hill for the Blue Jays. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Over to Alt for out number 1. So here's the Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski breaking out of his slump in a mighty way today. 4 for 4 with a double. And he gets another one in the wheelhouse. He could be 5 for 5 here. No, it's going to be a fly ball to center. Yastrzemski just misses that one. But you can tell he's getting some good swings on the bat now. So 2 up and 2 down in the Red Sox 8th inning. And it's going to be Fisk who's 0 for 2, looking to get his first hit of the day. And he'll deliver with a base hit to the left. So Fisk with his first hit joins the hit parade. Red Sox with 13 hits on the day now. So Evans 1 for 3 with a double. And it's going to be out the 5 column. And Evans will get a hold of one here. That's going to be a wall scraper. Let's see if they're going to send Fisk. We're going to send Fisk. I'm going to hold the trailing whatever. Ball comes through. And Fisk will score. Double for Evans. So another RBI for Dwight Evans. I think he had 2 on the day coming in. Now with 3. I believe. So Red Sox now with a 10-run lead. Double-digit lead. Hobson 0 for 3 up to the plate now. Hartenstein still out there. Looks like he'll have to finish it for the Blue Jays. Nobody's warming up. 6 column. And that's a fly ball to center. But Hobson will remain hitless for the day as Baylor makes the catch. But the Red Sox add another run. And it's 12-2 Boston as we head to the Toronto Blue Jay 8th. So Blue Jays running out of time now. Ron Philly 2 for 2 with a triple. Tiant will start the inning. Let's see if he finishes that. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. And that'll be the first out as Miller makes the catch. Velez 0 for 2 with a walk. Tiant up to 111 pitches now. But looks strong as he strikes him out swinging. So 2 up and 2 down in the Toronto 8th. Alt 1 for 3 with a double. And Alt's going to hit a fly ball to right. Evans will track it down. And that will do it for the Blue Jays in the 8th. So the Blue Jays go quietly in the 8th. So the Red Sox in the actual game, they had Bernie Carbo come in to pinch hit. But they were down by a run, so I'm going to leave Miller in. Corners are playing in for Miller. And it's going to be a line drive to Garcia. Makes the catch on the liner for out number 1. The Red Sox 9th. So Burleson 2 for 5 with a run scored. Pitched by Hartenstein. And it's swinging strike 3. So 2 up and 2 down, the Red Sox 9th. So it looks like the Oakland A's trying to come back. It's 11-5 now. California. The Yankees lead Baltimore 2-0. So here's Dillard. He's 2 for 5 with two runs batted in. 2 errors in the field also. And that'll be a fly ball to center. So the Red Sox will go in order in the 9th. So let's see who the Red Sox are going to put in with a 10-run lead. Campbell was up earlier, but they're not going to bring him in with a 10-run lead. So let's see who we can bring in now. Who needs some work? House is at 65%. Murphy's only at 43%. Yeah, so of his usage. So we're going to bring in Tom Murphy to get some work. He'll come in and pitch the 9th. So Tiant goes 8 strong, allowing just 2 runs on 7 hits. So Tom Murphy comes in. He has a 1-1 record on the season with a 3.38 earned run average. In 3 innings, he's allowed 3 hits and struck out a batter. So McKay 1 for 3 will lead it off. It'll be the bottom third of the order. The McKay, Garcia, and we'll see if they let Roof hit or if they bring in a pinch hitter. So McKay 1 for 3 on the day against the righty Murphy. That's a ground ball back to Murphy. Feeds it to Scott. And there's 1 gone in the Blue Jays 9th. So Garcia 1 for 3 with an RBI. That's going to be a ground ball to Dillard. This time he handles it over to Scott. So Blue Jays are down to the last out here. See if they let Phil Roof hit. They will not. So Bowling will come in. He made an appearance in yesterday's game. He's hitting .238 with 2 runs batted and 21 at-bats. So Murphy looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch to Bowling. And he'll draw the 2-out walk. So still life in the Blue Jays, although it's on life support. So Bob Baylor, 1 for 3 with a run scored. And this should do it. And that's going to be a fly ball to left. Yastrzemski calls for it and makes the catch to end the game. So hitting star of the day is definitely going to be Kyle Yastrzemski. He went 4 for 5 and knocking in 3. So let's take a look at the box score as the Red Sox beat the Blue Jays handily by a score of 12-2. All right, so let's look at it. So Louis Tiant gets the win. He's 2-1 on the season, 8 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed. 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts in 118 pitches. ERA now down to 4.15. Tom Murphy pitches a scoreless ninth, walking a batter. Jerry Garvin takes the loss, going just 2 1/3 innings, allowing 6 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Pete Vukovich pitches 4 1/3 innings, allowing 4 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks and 7 strikeouts. Pitching 87 pitches. And Hartenstein came in to finish the last 2 1/3 innings, allowing 4 hits, 1 run, which was earned, and striking out a batter. So, like I said before, Kyle Yastrzemski is going to be the hitting star of the day for the Red Sox. Broke out of his slump in a big way, going 4 for 5 with 2 runs scored and 3 RBIs, including a double, his third. Yeah, his third double of the season. Dwight Evans went 2 for 4 with 3 runs knocked in himself, with a run scored, hitting 2 doubles. No home runs today
Get your peanuts here.
for either team. For the Blue Jays, looks like Ron Fairley was 2 for 3 with an RBI, including a triple. Was basically the most of the offense there for the Blue Jays. So that's it from Toronto as the Red Sox win Game 1 of the doubleheader. We'll be back with Game 2 of the doubleheader next. And by next, I mean tomorrow. And it'll be Bob Stanley against Dave Lemanzik for the Blue Jays. So let's take a look at the standings after the Red Sox win. So the Red Sox now just a game out. As Baltimore fell to the Yankees, but that was already recorded by, that's why they were 1.5 games out. So now just 1 game out. Yankees remain a game and a half out. Toronto firmly solidified in the basement at 4-12. It's a big race in the American League West. Kansas City 11-4. Chicago just a half game back. The White Sox with a 10-4 record. Minnesota 12-6, just a game out. And California 10-8, 2.5 games out. Seattle, Texas, Oakland, and Seattle firmly vying for the worst record in the American League West. So that is it. So join us for game number 14 next in Game 2 of the doubleheader against the Toronto Blue Jays, where the Red Sox will try to sweep the Blue Jays. So take care and God bless, and we will see you in the next Red Sox 1977 game replay. Bye-bye now.